It is time to set our quarterly goals for the end of the year. Cue music. To do a little bit of a plan with me video when it comes to how I set up my quarterly goals, as well as talk about a little bit of the benefits of setting goals every 3 months. This is the first year that I have set quarterly goals for myself, and I must say that it is really life-changing for how I make goals for myself and how well I am at accomplishing those goals throughout the year. In previous years, I have set annual goals, which obviously take 365 days to accomplish, and those goals can seem big and daunting and scary, and I don't know what my life is going to look like a year from now, so it sometimes can be very difficult to set goals for yourself a year in advance. For example, in January of last year, I did not know that I was going to be having a baby in November. So the goals that I set for myself for 2019 are difficult, if not impossible, for me to accomplish now that that has happened in my life. So my quarterly goals have been really great to help me reassess what is important for me and make sure that the goals that I am working towards are accomplishable and actionable. Quarterly goals are 3 months, they're 90 days, they're 12 weeks. Those numbers are so attainable. Like, I know what my life will look like for the most part in 3 months. I know where I'm going to be. I know what I could achieve in that period of time. It's far enough away that I can set big goals, but it's close enough that I have that pressure on me that I need to make sure that I keep working towards this goal and get it done. Let's flip you over real quick and I will show you how I set my quarterly goals. So here is where I set my quarterly goals. You can see here, this is Q4. I already have the next 3 months planned in my date book, as well as any appointments and dates that are important for me to know about coming up in the future. And the first thing that I do is I look at the list of annual goals, which hopefully you already have laid out. If you don't, that's totally fine. I am making a video in December all about how to plan annual goals. I know December is a little ways off, but there is going to be great content between now and then, so hit the subscribe button. That way you are first to know when that video comes out. Like I mentioned before, a lot of my annual goals have been derailed a little bit because we are expecting our baby girl here in November, but I will still share with you how my process works. So here is a look at my annual goals. I split my goals this year into 4 quadrants. One was professional, one was personal, one was financial, and one was spiritual. And I also tried to make sure that the number of goals in each section was not too many to be overwhelming, but also enough that I had something to work towards and in each and every section. The other thing I do is I keep all my goals in my planner from the annual all the way down to the day-to-day. So if you want more information on how I use my planner, I recommend you check out this video I made all about how to actually use your planner system. So as I set up my quarterly goals, I look at this annual list and see what needs to be done still in the year. We are in the last quarter, Q4, so anything that's not checked off, if I want to accomplish it, needs to get done in the next 3 months. A great example is right here. I wanted to read 20 books in the year of 2019, and so in order to accomplish that goal, I need to read 11 more books in the next 3 months. So that is a great place for me to start. Let's go ahead and transfer that over into my Q3 goals. All right, so I've got my goal laid out. I also realized that it was 8 books, not 11, that I need to read. And another thing to mention, if you look right here, my annual goals has a progress bar for my read list. And so progress bars are really great for things that need lots of steps to accomplish throughout the year. So I also will add a progress bar for my books that need to be read in 2019. The next thing I do is look at my previous quarterly goals and see what needs to be transferred into Q4. So here is a look at my quarterly spread for Q3, and as you can see, there is a lot that I did not get accomplished. I was a little overly zealous in my business goals, and I didn't realize how much pregnancy was going to affect me. So the important thing when looking at your goals is to see what needs to be migrated over and see what needs to be reassessed and let go of. There are lots of things in my list that I realize now is just not important for me to do right now and can wait until next year, and some things that need to be done this year before baby comes. So I am going to look at this list and see what all I can transfer over. All right, so the last thing I do is look over any of my notes, my brain dumps, my calendar spreads, and anything else that may have inspiration for me to add to this quarterly goal section. All right, that is everything for how I set my quarterly goals. Now it's time for me to break down those goals even further and set up goals for the month of October, which I cannot believe is finally here. So if you're interested in a video more specifically about how I set my goals from the big goals, my annual goals, and then break them down from quarterly, monthly, weekly, all the way down to the day-to-day, let me know. I would love to make that video for you guys. And also, if you'd like some more inspiration specifically about how to achieve your goals for that last quarter, that last 90 days, I highly recommend you look up Rachel Hollis's hashtag last 90 days. She did this whole series last year on how to accomplish your goals in the last 90 days with inspiration and motivation specifically for that. I will link the series down below. It is great, and I hope you found this interesting. I would love to hear what quarterly goals you have set for yourself and how you are going to finish this year strong. Until next time, we'll see you later.